Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I had a request from a lovely subscriber to color out of one of these cross-stitch style books, so I thought, well, let's go ahead and do this week because I just did a flip through of Fantastic Flowers. So I thought we'd go ahead and color out of this one. Now I'm probably going to zoom in quite a bit so that I can lean over my book quite a bit without my head getting in the shot because, got to see these teeny symbols. So hopefully I will stay on camera because, of course, the more you zoom in, the more you got to move around and stay on screen, right? So I have used both water-based and alcohol-based markers in this book, and they both work fabulous. So what I thought I would do today, I have not colored with these much, so I thought I'd get out my Spree markers. This is the 84 set. I will link both this book and these markers down below in the description. Spree does have a number of different sets, so size sets, I should say. I'll see what I can find down below. I believe they do have one larger set than 84, and I believe some smaller ones, so I'll see what I can find. So I did go through the Sprees, and I did match up as well as I could the colors that I'm going to need for this particular picture. Isn't that cute? I'm sorry for the glare. It is evening here, so I have my lights on up above. Hopefully, with this glossy paper, maybe this wasn't a good idea to do tonight. But I know most of you guys are going to be crafting, and stuff. You're not going to be watching me color, right? I hope not. Okay. So yeah, I picked out the yellow, the peach, the pink, the red, the teal, the navy blue, and the light purple. So hopefully that'll be matched up good. We shall see. Okay, so I got a sheet protector behind there. Before I start, I wanted to mention my nails. Let me zoom in. What do you think about these guys? Aren't they cute? I love them. Now, these are not my typical nail wraps. I was sent these by a company called, and I don't even know how it's pronounced, Majasi. And for me to just try out, I love them. I wasn't sure because I'm not a big fake nail person. Because they just never stay on for me real well. But I've had these on all day now. I have done quite a bit with them on, and they haven't come off. So I did opt to use the glue. There are a number of different sets of adhesive tabs you can use, but I thought, well, I'm going to try the glue. Yeah, me and super glue don't get along real well, so that was the hardest part about the whole thing. But yeah, so I got this set. And they have a whole ton of, let me pull it out this way. I mean, I don't want to make this a whole big commercial or anything, but I just thought they were so neat. And I know a lot of us like our pretty nails. So yeah, they give you a whole ton of, I hate to pull this all out, of different sizes to pick from. Yeah, cool. I mean, tons and tons of different sizes. And then you get all the things in here that you need. You get an alcohol swab because you're supposed to, of course, wipe your nails first. You get a little manicure stick. You get a file. Like I said, a whole bunch of adhesive tabs that you could put these on too if you didn't want to glue them on. I'm going to be real curious to see how long these stay on. But yeah, so far they're sticking on pretty good. They do have longer ones. I opted to get the shorter ones though, because I am not one for real long nails. But yeah, so I got those, and then I thought these were pretty. Yeah, gorgeous. That would have been great for Christmas. Now I think of it. And then these are called, were these Pink Ladies, I think? I don't think there's any name on them. But I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description If you are interested in press-on nails, she did give me a code that I can pass on to you guys for free shipping. So I'll leave all that information down below in the description, and I'll leave a link to each one of these three in case you like them and you'd like to try them out. So yeah. All right, commercial over with. I'm not paid or anything by them. I just thought I would pass on the free shipping deal. So okie dokie. Now, okay. Now when I did this last time, the fine nib worked great. And that's just because I'm not a chisel nib person. Brush tips. I was going to try brush tip in this book for this color and chat, but I thought most people have the chisel and fine nib in, so I thought, well, let's do the fine end nib. Nib. Okay. So yeah, let's zoom way in so Lisa can lean way over. Okay, so our yellow has two little, if you can see this over here, it has two little equal signs in the middle going up and down. So, according to the picture over on the left, I know they're up in here somewhere. So yeah, they're right up. Let me put that cap down. They're right up in here. Now what I used to do when I colored initially is, yeah, I went like this and then I went like this. But see how nice that works on this paper? But I did find out when especially now with alcohol, this is working fine doing it this way. When I was working with the water-based markers, I did some with the Statler Triplus, the thicker tipped ones. I found that going through and doing all of them this way, kind of like, you know, how you do counted cross stitch. You know, you go one way. So let's come down and do these. And this actually went faster by doing it this way. So we'll do all of them from lower left to upper right. And I think I have almost all of them. Should only be a few left, I think, according to what's over on the left. And this must be, yeah, this is a little petal. I don't have my head in the way, do I? Because I am kind of bent over my picture here. Okay, is that it? It's kind of like diamond painting when you're searching for symbols. And then I would turn my book and I would come back and I would do the exact same thing, but cross them all this way. So, like I said, it just seemed to go faster. Of course, speed is not necessarily the thing we're looking for, right? But I'm just an impatient colorist. That is why you will never see me layering and layering and layering with colored pencil. I don't have the patience for that. I really, really wished I did, because those pictures turn out absolutely gorgeous. But I just don't have the patience. Okay, so that's what I have for yellow. It's maybe a little bit too much on the gold side, but so this is what it looks like on mine. And this is what it looks like on theirs. So I think I got them all. And that's why it's so nice to have a finished picture over here. Because next, let's say I want to go ahead and do these purple things up here, right? So if I look here, the purple symbol is a little wavy line that comes from the upper left down to the lower right. And I know it's all going to be in the upper part of this picture. So let me put this yellow away. And I'm going to get out my light purple that I picked out. And let's look for our little wavy line. So it would be these. So yeah, this paper is definitely made. Well, maybe I could come down. See, going down this way just seems awkward for me though. And that's why. But yet the other part of me hates leaving something only half finished. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I got to go back in there and finish them. I know, I'm weird. So maybe we'll just go ahead and do the X's themselves. But you see how easy this marker lays down in this book. And the reason why I did the very last picture in this book is because, of course, using alcohol marker is going to bleed through the paper. Even on this really nice paper, it will bleed through. If you can see that. So, if you do pictures, let me zoom back out, from front to back, like I normally do, like this one, it bleeds all over onto the next one, and it's harder to see, number one, what your symbol is that you're going to need to look for. And it's really hard to make out what the finished picture is supposed to be, which really does help you do this. However, if you work in the book in reverse, then you'll have this picture done already, so that when you do this one, which I did, but this was with water base, that was with the Statlers, and yeah, worked out great. But let's say I do this one and it bleeds through, well, I already have this one done, you know. So doing a book in reverse when you do need the next page, if you're doing alcohol markers, yeah, by doing your book in reverse order, you know, kind of helps you out with that then. Okay, so let's zoom way back in. Even squeaks on this paper. Did you hear that? Let's see. And just like diamond painting, I have a tendency of missing some. So then I always got to go back in and fill them in. How many of you guys are like that? Like when you do diamond painting or any other color by number? I always have to miss something. Always. And 9 times out of 10, it'll be right next to one that I colored in. And it's like, how in the world did I miss that? It's right there. I especially do that in Belba Family's books, the 3x3 squares, where I do the X method, speaking of which. And yeah, I'll miss so many squares, and it'll be right next to one that I've colored in. And it's like, how did my eye not see that? I'm just thinking ahead too much, and another symbol catches my eye, and then I must not see that one. Because, yeah, do it all the time. So, like I said, I'm sure I'm going to miss some in this color and chat, too. And if you are watching and not coloring yourself or diamond painting, please don't. No, I'm just kidding. But you will probably see where I'm going to miss some symbols. So embarrassing. Let's see. Oh, I do like this color in here, though. Oh, Just had supper. My tummy is making noises. I hope you can't hear that. It's just saying, I am so full. Go lay down. Don't be sitting up like this. Yeah, it did tell me that, and I'm like, no, we have to go do a coloring chat. I meant to get this done earlier, but then I was trying to get some things prepped for some other videos I was going to record today too, and I was running into nothing but problems. Oh, my heavens. One of those videos I will probably be having up shortly, and yeah, I kind of explained in the beginning of that video all the problems and the trials and tribulations that I had in trying to get that video up. Things were just not going my way. Something that should not have taken too long took at least twice as long. Grr. But I am persistent, if nothing else. Where there's a will, there's a way. Usually, not always. Not always. Okay, I think we almost have these done. Let me look at my picture over here. Again, this is why this comes in handy over here. But it's shiny for me too, so it's like, quit glaring at me. Yeah, that looks about right. Those look cute. They look like little clover heads or something. All right, now there's not a whole ton of peach, so let's go ahead and do the peach. This is kind of how I like to do these. I'll pick the colors that there's not a lot of in here, and then by the time you get to the one that's the most color, it's of course the background, and it's much easier to do. Whereas with diamond painting, I usually start with the symbol that I have the most of. Easiest to see them. So yeah, I don't know if there's a method to my madness or not. Okay, so peach is, it's just the line that goes from the upper left to the lower right. Okay. So, and it just goes around in what maybe could be a rose. So this would be peach and the red, and then we have the red in here. So we'll do red next. We'll do the red, peach, then the red, then the pink, and we'll see how we are as far as time. Okay, so let us get out the peach. So we have to look for that with the line going this way. Right? Yes. No. Oh, when it's in the very upper corner, that's a pink. It's got to be in the middle of the X, like here. I don't want to move it too fast and get you guys sick. Because I'm like, that can't be way up there. No, that's in the upper left-hand corner, so those are pinks. If it's in the middle of the X, like this. So they're trying to trick me. I caught on. These are the peaches. So you got to really watch your symbols. Okay, let's move back up. Am I getting you guys seasick? I'm sorry. I've got to make sure my head's not in the way. Because like I said, I am leaned over a ways. But I'm actually able to see these. And once your eye picks out that symbol, believe it or not, they kind of, what would you say, almost stand up off the page. You can actually see them easier because your eye knows what symbol it's looking for, if that makes any sense. I think the colors in this are so pretty. This is a very fun book. All three of these. I hope they come out with some more. Let's see. Oh, I had a subscriber tell me something that I thought I would pass along because I found it very interesting. For any of you pencil people who like the holbeins, I know they're atrociously expensive, but maybe you would want, some of the pastels because, the holbein set is known for their pastels. They're gorgeous. Or maybe you just want to try out one or two colors or need to replace one in your set. Dick Blick now has holbeins. Isn't that awesome? It's like, wow, no place in the United States could you get holbeins for the longest time, and especially replacement pencils. You couldn't get anywhere here. You would have had to have like a courier type of person from Japan get them for you and then forward them on, which of course you would pay for that service. So getting a holbein pencil that way costs you an arm and a leg, but it was pretty much the only way we in the States would be able to do it. Now, when I got my holbein set, they actually still had them on Amazon at that time. That's how long ago I had gotten them. Because I think it's when they, I can't say when they first came out, but they were relatively new on the scene, at least here in the States. I don't know how long they've, were on the market itself. But, let's see, do I have? I think I do. No, missing two here. Okay, we'll see. I may still be missing some, but can always go back in. All right, we're going to go on to red. And our little symbol for red is this little kind of arrow pointing towards the left. And it's in the middle of the X. So we have a bunch of red going around that peach, and then we'll do this here flower. We'll see what we can find anyhow. So, picked out this red. So let's look for those little arrows. Okay. Ooh, that's a pretty red. What do they call that? Blood red. So yeah, I thought that was interesting about the holbeins. It's like, gotta pass that in for one. Because their pencils are very nice. They're kind of like they're of course not as soft as Prismacolor, but they're not as hard as Polychromos either. They're kind of a hybrid of the two. They're somewhere in between. They're like a combination of the two. I would say, though, between the two, they are closer, in my opinion. And I've only, it's not like I've extensively colored with them. But in my opinion, because there just isn't anything like a Prismacolor pencil, right? Nothing that blends like a Prisma. So I think the holbeins are a little bit closer to a Polychromos than a Prismacolor. It's just that it does blend much nicer than a polychromos, because polychromos is a lot for, it's more for layering and things like that. Okay. But yeah, alcohol markers just, well, like I said, them water-based, the Stattlers worked really good in here too. It's just the alcohol ink, of course, seems just a little bit smoother. But yeah, they all work good. I don't think pencils would work too good in this book, though. Just because of the smoothness of the paper. And yeah, I don't think gel pens would work real well either. I think it's pretty much marker paper. And yeah, I don't think water mediums would work too good on this either. I mean, I don't know. I've never tried it, but I'm just guessing. You can see this actually goes pretty fast. And if you can't see the little symbols, you can always use a magnifier. And I know some do use those for other color by numbers too, so nothing wrong with that. Let's see, is that about it? I think so. Boy, that went fast. Holy cow. Okay, let's come over to this big pink and red flower. And I think red would start right down in here, huh? And I think we're going to just go across. And pick out our reds that way. I am still doing good after surgery. Still healing, and for some reason it seems like I've almost taken a step back instead of forward. I don't know. My left side started hurting more again, and it's not red or anything, doesn't look infected, so I don't know if it's yelling at me for picking up something too heavy or yeah. I don't know, but yeah, it hasn't been real happy with me. And there's a really big bump yet on that side. The right side looks pretty good. So we'll see. I have my checkup finally next Thursday, the 28th. So we'll see what he says then. Otherwise, I would, if he gives me the okay, I think then a week from Monday, I probably will start babysitting again. As long as he, says I can lift Levi and go up and down the stairs with him. Heather is so afraid that, my lifting restraint right now is 5 to 10 pounds until my checkup. Well, she's thinking he's not going to okay me going from 5 to 10 pounds up to unlimited. And I said, well, I don't know. Of course, what do I know? I've never gone through this before. I have no idea if they ease you up on your weight limits that you can lift. I don't know. But I know she wouldn't be too happy with me if I can't start babysitting, because her company is upset with her, so I think I'll be babysitting no matter what. I don't want to get her fired. So, fingers crossed. He'll say everything looks good and I'm good as new. Well, I don't think we're ever as good as new, right? Because I've always said, you know, when you turn 40 or even 50, you should be able to put in an application for a new body. At least parts. You know, new back, new knees, maybe new hips, depending on what's all bothering you. Most of us, I think it's our backs, maybe our necks. Yeah, hips, knees. How about some new eyes? Mine aren't too bad though, so I can't complain. But my cataracts, I can tell, are getting a little worse because things are getting a little bit foggier. But I don't think they're bad enough to have to do surgery on yet. So, thing that really bothers me is, and I think I've mentioned it in the past, this big blob that I have. It's a huge white floater in my left eye. And it goes the opposite direction as what I look. So if I look up, this big blob goes down. And I've always had a ton of floaters in my eyes. And they're always those little black squiggly floaters, right? I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. And yes, they're annoying, but it gets to the point where you don't even see them anymore unless you concentrate on them and you turn your, look up or down with your eye and then you can see them. But, well, this thing is hard to ignore. And it's especially annoying when I am diamond painting because there I'm looking down to my tray, up to my diamond painting, down to my tray, up to my diamond painting. So a lot of the time, I pretty much only have vision out of one eye, out of my right eye. Whereas when I'm coloring, my eyes are focused, and so that blob, that's all I can call it, is the blob, doesn't block my eyesight. But they said because it is a floater, at least I haven't had my eyes checked in a couple of years, so I don't know. At that point in time, anyhow, they said there's really not a whole lot they can do other than removing all the vitreous fluid, I think is what it's called, from your eyeball. They suck it all out of there along with the floaters and then re-inject. Is it just like a saline or something? And then your eye automatically, recreates everything. And yeah, that sounded a little expensive. I don't think insurance would cover any of that. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I'm like, yeah, we'll kind of wait and see how it goes. But yeah, it's really driving me crazy. Especially if I'm driving on like a bright sunny day. Oh yeah, that's not good either. So I don't know. Like I said, it's hell getting old. Gotta be able to get new body parts. Everything else, you can put in for new parts, right? I think we should have new body parts. Just, another Amazon order. Click on, new back. Put the size that you need. Oh my gosh, you can tell it's Saturday night. And because it's getting late, I'm not sure if I'll have this up yet tonight. Might be Sunday morning first before I get this up because I have a couple of other videos to record yet. but it is an absolute necessity that everything is done, uploaded, finito by 2 o'clock tomorrow. Because guess what's on at 2 o'clock tomorrow? If you're a football fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My Packers won last week, so they have one more game to go before the Super Bowl. This is going to be one heck of a hard game for them to win tomorrow because it's against Tom Brady. Yeah. If you know football, you know who Tom Brady is. So, we shall see. But the Pack can do it. They can do it. Oh, it'd be so awesome. See him go to the Super Bowl. It's unfortunate that it would be during a pandemic. They are letting, what did they say? They're going to be filling the stadium up a third of the way, I think they said. And they gave a whole bunch of frontline workers, healthcare workers, free tickets to the Super Bowl. Isn't that awesome? I think that's great. They showed it on the news, and these people were just so excited. I would assume they must have, somehow found out there were maybe football fans and stuff. You wouldn't want to give them to somebody who hates sports. I don't know. I suppose they could always pass them on to somebody else that's a football fanatic, but it'd be awesome to go to the Super Bowl this year down in nice, sunny, warm Florida. Get out of here the beginning of February? Yes, please. I could handle that. Okay, I am going to finish this row. Then I am going to announce the winners from last week's Jade Summer giveaway. So let me put the cover back on this marker. Where's my little sheet of paper? Okay, so this was the giveaway for... Where'd I put them? Here. Here's they are. Sorry for my arm if it was in the way. It was a giveaway for these books, right? Okay, so there we go. I had indicated on screen that the number was 38, not knowing that was visible on screen. And I had gotten a number of emails right away about it. And so before I had even looked at the comments, I'm like, okay, I'm going to pin a comment to the top saying, okay, I drew a new number. I posted it on my desk. So the new number was 18. My favorite number is 8. Can you tell? Okay, so I went through the comments, oldest to newest. So whoever posted first and was closest without going over would be the winners. I did have Helen S. with number 17. So Helen, you are a lucky winner of one of these Kawaii Christmas Grayscale Coloring Books by Jade Summer. And then Crafting with Christy, you guessed number 15. Now, Teresa D. Jones also guessed 15, but Crafting with Christy guessed it before you. So I am sorry, Teresa. So the two winners again are Helen S. and Crafting with Christy. So I need both of you ladies to contact me via email and give me your full name and your full address so that I can get these books out to you. So thank you so much for entering the giveaway, and we will be having some more because I do have quite a few more Jade Summer books to give away. All right, let's get back to business. I need a drink quick. Yes, I need a drink. Oh, not that kind of a drink? Maybe I do. I still have a couple wine coolers in the fridge from New Year's Eve. Actually, they're from Christmas. Didn't get drank up on Christmas, so I had a couple on New Year's Eve. And there's still a couple left. But I am not one to just, sit home and drink much. I am a social drinker. When I'm out and about. But I don't have occasion to do that much either. So yeah, pretty much a lightweight. I used to hold my own back in the day. Long time ago. Okay, now we're going to go on to pink. And pink is the little slash in the upper left-hand corner rather than the center like the peach was. Okay, so we have pink all around this red. All right, so these are all pink. It's a bright pink, but I couldn't find any pink that was tampered down a little bit like what they were looking for. So we're just going to have a bright pink in here. That'll be fine. I don't know if I like how it goes with this red, though. I guess we'll see after I get right around the red and sit back and look at it and see. Too late now. Who all has one of these books? Have you tried them yet? I will, like I did when I did the flip of this particular book, I left links to all three that are out right now. There's a Christmas one, this nature one. No, what is this one called? Yeah, Fantasy Flowers, and there's something nature, I think is the third one. I'll link all three of them down below, like I did in that other video. If you would like to check these out, you can see how much fun they are. And while they may seem a little intense, they really aren't. To me, they're almost easier than doing the color by numbers. Once your eye, like I said, it's hard to describe. It just automatically picks out that symbol. Once you do the first couple, it's like it knows. Your brain knows. It thinks on its own. My gosh. Huh? A brain that thinks on its own. Let's see. You have some pink here. The only thing I don't like about this is I wish somehow they could have maybe come up with symbols that were a little bit more different, but yet I have to, I got to remember that they have quite a few colors throughout this book. I don't think there is a master color chart or whatever you'd want to call it, a palette. I don't remember seeing one in here that, shows what all the symbols are, corresponding to all their colors. You know what I mean? Like the pink is this symbol. I don't think there is a master list. But there are quite a few different colors used throughout this book. So I suppose, seeing as how they had to fit a little symbol in these little bitty white X's, they were a little limited as far as what they could do. Oh, I guess that pink looks okay. It kind of tames down a little bit after it dries. It is still a little bright. Doesn't look as bright on camera as it does in person, but okay, what over here do I have? We have these. Let's see, what else all happened this last week? Bella must be at the cat food again. Does anybody else have that where you have cats and dogs? And you have the dog that likes the cat food, and you have the cats that like the dog food. It's like, go figure. Just being difficult. Yeah, Bella would much rather eat the cat food than her own. And the cats, well, they do eat their own food too. But if Bella's dish is down there, oh yeah, they're chowing down on there. They'll take her food over their own. So, and it's, you know, because of the component of their food, it's not necessarily a good thing for them to be eating. I mean, it won't kill them, but in the long term, it, you know, it's not good for them. But to try to keep them out of each other's dishes, it's like, Bella's we don't leave down all the time because she's persnickety. And yeah, if she doesn't eat it all, then yeah, the cats will just eat it. So, whereas the cats, I pretty much just let the free range eat, you know. Probably not a good thing, but it is. Oh, and I'm sorry, I've been off camera. Yeah, I guess that pink isn't so bad. I have been, just FYI, buying some new supplies, so I will be having some swatching videos out there. And I have a couple more to do. So I am really, really trying my darndest to catch up on all the diamond paintings I've been sent. So doing diamond painting unboxings and flip throughs of books and trying to get through some supplies that I've bought and just some miscellaneous videos that I have coming up so that I can take the time to record my diamond painting room tour and this crafting room tour. I still don't know how I'm going to do it, though. That's what's kind of putting me off, because it kind of seems that, you know, everybody wanted more of an in-depth tour, you know, seeing what I have where and what's in this drawer. And I always love that when I watch other people's tours, too. But a lot of that stuff, especially like upstairs in the diamond painting room, too, I don't think I'd be able to get those drawers open with one hand, because they're big, heavy, homemade type of drawers. They're not on casters or rollers, and so they pull out and push in extremely hard, especially the big one on the bottom. So I'm not sure. I may just try to set up a tripod. I'll, you know, initially just hold you in my hand. That doesn't sound right, but... And then maybe I'll see if I can set up a tripod or something. I'm not sure. Same with here in my crafting room. I'm not real sure. Some of it, yeah, I can just hold the phone and record when I show you, you know, kind of what's where. And then I did also have a request to, you know, when I record this room, to actually show my desk area and how I record, kind of how everything's set up. So I will be including that in that video. Not that there's a whole lot to show. No, it's not. I won't be, of course, able to show exactly the steps I go through because I'll be having the phone in my hand. But I can just show you how I set everything up, where everything is. So yeah, I've been meaning to get to those videos. I didn't forget about them. I've, yeah, just been having a heck of a time getting to it, and then, yeah, trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do it. So, yeah, if I can stay caught up on my videos, I did do some recording during the week this last week with not having the kids, so I do have quite a few videos recorded ahead of time, but there's always more to be made because there's always more coming. And it doesn't help that, you know, Lisa's ordered a few things too. Ah, yes, ah, yes. But it's nice having lots of content for the channel. And after those tour videos, then I want to start. This is another thing that's been on my to-do list for so dang long now. I want to get it marked off. But that is my coloring book collection series with completed pages. And I have no idea how many videos long that series is going to be. Last time I did it, which will be almost 2 years ago now, because it wasn't too long after I had my channel up. I think maybe in April or something I recorded that after I started my channel. So it's been close to 2 years since I have done a coloring book collection update, and mine has changed drastically. I have gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Of course, added a lot of stuff. Yeah, so yeah, it has really, really changed. And last time it was 7 parts long. That was not showing any completed pages. So, yeah. Oh boy. I think people are going to be sick of me. I don't know if you guys would want to see all that. Because it's probably going to be about, I don't know, 14, 15 parts. Well, maybe not. Dozen parts long? I don't know. I don't know. I'm afraid to even think. Yeah. And once I get a whole bunch of books out, I'm going to want to keep recording, like, you know, part 2, part 3, part 4. Because I'm going to have something set up in here to put the books on. Take them from one place, show it, and then put it on. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have a method in here of some sort. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet. Okay, I think. No, we got some pinks over here yet. And then, what color is next? Yeah, all we have left is the teal and then the dark blue background. So let's do a little bit of the teal, and then we will finish up this color and chat. So the teal is the line going from the upper right to the lower left this time, whereas the peach went the other way. So it shouldn't be too hard to pick that out because the navy is a total X. So We should be able to pick these out. Yeah, hopefully. Oh, that's kind of a dark teal. Okay, any over here? And then by the time you get all this done, doing the background's a piece of cake. That's why I like doing it this way. I did one picture the other way where I did the background first. I made more mistakes doing it that way because I was so busy humming along, you know, with the color that I would color one in the background color that shouldn't have been. Yeah, so I do it this way now, and I find I like it better doing it this way. And here, anything up here? Here's one. It's turning out really cute. I like it. Okay, I think that's all there is up there. We have some in here. If you didn't already, go and check out my Belba Family Color Along video announcement. The lovely Shelley from the Stitching Colorist, Shelley Lewis, asked me if I would like to co-host the Belba Family Color Along for the entire year of 2021. Well, that was pretty hard to say no to because you know how much I love my Belba. Matter of fact, I'm thinking maybe next week's Color and Chat might be from a Belba book. So, I don't know how boring that is for you guys. Any more boring than this? Probably not, though, huh? For me to color out of one of the 3x3 millimeter squares, you know, where I do all the teeny little X's. Like I said, as I think about it now, it's probably pretty much the same thing as this, isn't it? But if you are like me, I don't necessarily come to, you know, watch the coloring. I come for the chatting. Color and chats are my all-time favorite type of video. You know, you get to go into that person's home and, like Anne always says, sit across the table from them, have a cup of coffee, and just sit down and chat and catch up. We come into your living rooms, your bedrooms, wherever you happen to watch us. Coming into your bedroom. No, that just didn't sound right. We don't come into your bedrooms. No. We'll come into your living room, though, or your kitchen. Oh, silly Lisa. All right. So, what time are we up to? We are up to almost an hour. Wow. How time flies when you're having fun. So, yeah, just have the rest of this teal to do. And I don't think I'll get all the teal done on camera because I'm running out of things to talk about. I know, it's sad but true. Maybe once Maddie and Levi come back, I'll have more Maddie stories for you. She's such a character. Levi, too. When, here's a story for you. When we initially bought this house, there's a breezeway that goes between the house and the garage, right? So it is essentially an attached garage. But there's a door going from the garage into the breezeway and then a door going from the breezeway into the kitchen, you know, right next to each other, or right across from each other. So initially, before it got too cold out, we always left that inside door going from the breezeway into the kitchen. We just left that open all the way. And so, you know, if we came in with something heavy in our arms or whatever, we only had to worry about the one door to go through. And that was the door going from the garage into the breezeway. Well, then winter hit. And we were noticing that, yeah, it stays pretty darn cold in that breezeway. And so all that cold air was coming into the house. So I said to Bob, I says, why don't we just put in a doggy door? Because it wouldn't have been so bad, but the kitty's litter box is out in that breezeway. And so either the door has to stay open, we have to find somewhere else for the litter box, and there's really nowhere else for the litter box. Or, like I said, put in a little doggy door. So that's what we opted to go with, and Bob got it, you know, all done. I was really worried about the cats not wanting to go through it. Misty I wasn't too worried about, but Callie is just so timid and she's afraid of her own shadow. So we taped it up initially. So there was no flap for them to have to push open, you know, to go through. And it took them a little while, but they did manage to start walking through there. Initially, I would coax them with a treat, you know, and, you know, make sure that they're still going to use the litter box down there and stuff. And they, you know, they eventually went back and forth on their own. Well, so then there's a really strong magnetic closure on that. And I know for sure Callie would not push that open. Much less Misty, I don't know. But so what we opted to do is we took the magnetic part off. So the flap is there, but it just isn't magnetically held down, which is fine. And the cats do go through that now, and Bella will go through when we take her out to go potty if she's impatient to get back in before we have our coat off and go through the door. And yeah, and the reason why I'm telling you all of that is this doggy door, Levi found out, is the perfect size for him. Yeah, little Levi fits through there. Not by much, but he fits through there. And he knows he has to turn around and put his feet through first, squirm on his belly, and get backwards through that doggy door. I had a laugh the first time I seen him do it. And there's really nothing down in the breezeway too much that he could get into, but he has already gotten into the litter box, so I definitely don't want to leave him down there on his own. But other than that, there's really nothing he can get into. It's just our coats, and, you know, he just likes throwing the shoes all over the place. And because that's where we take all our shoes off down there. But, yeah, I seen him do that the first time because he loved, when that door was open yet, that was his greatest thing to do, was go down. There's actually just two little half steps. There was one main step, and then they put like a wooden half step in it. So they're very, very short. Well, not short. What do you want to say? Half height steps. And so he could get down those pretty good. Either he slid down them on his butt or he held onto the door frame and he'd go down. So he knew he liked going out in that breezeway, and he didn't appreciate the fact that now that door was closed. So he was bound and determined he was going to figure out a way to get down there. I see this hole in the door. Thank you very much for putting that in for me. Oh, the kid's funny. Maddie seen him do it, and she figured I didn't want him to go through there. So I was in the bathroom. I come out, Levi's screaming, crying. Maddie's saying, yeah. Here I come out there, and Levi's halfway through that door. Maddie's hanging on to one of his legs, trying to keep him from crawling all the way through that doggy door. Oh my God, it was so funny. Never a dull moment with little ones. Oh, I'm just picturing it in my head again. My eyes are watering. I can't color. Oh my gosh. Oh, lordy, lordy. Well, we are just about done with the teal innie, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it on that funny note. We'll see what these kids are up to when I get them back this next time. Oh boy, oh boy. Yes. Okay. So, ooh, that's looking pretty, isn't it? I'm going to hold it up away from the shine. Yeah, and it is looking just like the picture over here. They're cute. Oh, this book is so much fun. I can tell by the end of the month, I'm going to have a number more pictures done in here. Between this one and the other one. Maybe even the Christmas one. Because I believe Danny is having the Christmas all year color along. Can't remember the hashtag. But, and I love my Christmas pictures, so I'm going to have to get that one out because I don't know if I've ever even colored in it yet. So, yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I hope it was entertaining. If you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a terrific weekend. Go Pack Go. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.